Welcome to the Gray Situations podcast, where a group of unqualified people discuss ethics and global issues. For today's global issue, we will be talking about the Yemen water crisis, and first of all, we'll go through a couple of hypothetical situations.
I'm Holly.
I'm Eric.
I'm Laru.
I'm eighth.
I'm Cameron.
And I'm Felix.
All right. Sweet. Who's going first with the hypothetical situations?
I
Aces.
guess I am. Have you guys read Silence?
No.
No.
Halfway through.
Okay, so
it's for Wednesday, right? Oh yeah.
are you familiar with how the Japanese people, they can either turn in the priest for money or they can not do that and risk themselves being killed?
Yes.
Okay, so imagine you're a Christian Japanese person in the 1600s where Christianity is not allowed.
That's not hard for me.
Okay, and then a priest comes by and you're able to like turn him in and get rewarded with money. But if you don't turn him in and you get caught with him, you're gonna get killed. So what would you do?
Is he a nice guy?
He's perfectly average.
Perfectly average?
Perfectly.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
In the book, the
So he's
reward is like
just some guy.
300 silver or something, right?
I-
That is, I think that's a lot, especially
Because-
for that time.
Yeah, because peasants in that time were heavily taxed, and also like it was hard for them to make money.
So why do they want him? Like, why do they have like what is it? Why do they want this guy to get turned in?
Who's they?
If
The people that are
priest-
paying.
If the priest gets turned in, does he gets like executed?
It's unknown, but it's not anything good.
Yeah, they get.
Well, but-
Usually, they get hung upside down on a cross or whatever, in like a pile of actual human
people
defecation.
The people want priests because they don't like
For days.
Christianity.
So they want to buy the priest.
I mean, technically, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
300 silver is a lot, though.
I'll probably turn him in.
Yeah.
But he's
if
like-
if I was that.
If
a
he's
person from
perfectly
that time,
average-
I would.
Yeah, but he's like part of your faith, and you kind of need him for your religious stuff. Which
Oh,
are
you're
very involved
also
in.
Christian? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh.
I forgot.
Oh, if you're
So-
also
so that
Christian,
changes
probably
the
don't
whole
turn him in.
dynamic.
How devoted am I?
I'd say fairly devoted. Like you really want to have a priest there because you need him for your religious stuff, and you haven't been able to do anything yourself.
You can get another priest.
You can't.
If one dies, another one just comes.
Yeah,
That's how
I'll
it
turn
works.
him in as well. 600.
Yo.
Double.
Why don't you just
What?
turn in a whole
Profit.
bunch of
Well,
priests?
let's say that he's the last one because you're not coming to Japan anymore, wherever you are.
Oh, then you can turn him in
The
because he's
last
probably going to get
priest.
hunted down anyway.
Yeah, but you still have the opportunity to like do
What, to
religious
save
stuff.
this one person?
No, not save
The
him.
thing
but, like,
is,
All right, here's my
the
plan.
thing is, none of
Here's my
us are
plan.
like
Here's my plan.
devoted Christians.
Yeah.
okay, so then
So
Here's
it's
my
hard
plan,
to
Eric.
imagine.
Here's
Yes,
my
yes, what?
plan.
Yes.
You take 1 week and you do all of the religious stuff that you need to with him, and then you turn him in.
okay, let's change it.
So
To
now.
drain him of his
You
usefulness.
build the special bond with the priest, and then you
Yes.
betray him.
Use it
I like
first
that.
and then
Imagine.
once you're
Okay,
done,
I'm changing
throw
it.
them away.
You're on an alien spaceship, right?
priest
And the
is like
aliens think you're a really
a
funny
tool.
pet. But you find another human who you could actually talk to. The aliens know of the human's existence, and if you turn in your human, you'll get like good food or cool technology. Yeah,
Well,
but
are
if-
you still going to be kidnapped by the
Chemical
aliens?
technology.
Yeah, but like you won't have someone to talk to because they treat you like an animal.
Okay, so it's either turn someone in so that you get better food and cool tech,
Well,
but you're
maybe not
still
tech.
their pet,
Kind of, but like they'll like you more.
or have someone to talk to and get treated the same.
You're not being treated terribly. Like you still have food.
Then keep the guy, because social isolation is gonna it's gonna make you go crazy.
Well, you can talk to the aliens, but they're not gonna listen to
But
you.
the aliens treat you like a dog. Like you don't understand aliens.
They treat you like a
They-
very nice dog.
They like you learn their language.
They speak telepathically.
Okay, you learn telepathy.
I don't know if you can do that.
They teach you.
It's like trying to teach a dog English. I don't think you can do that.
Well, if you can befriend the
Well,
aliens,
they
then
can just
yeah.
telepathically teach me.
So you would keep the human
All right,
guy.
so back to silence.
I would still betray.
I would give him in. I would turn the guy in for the 300
Yeah,
silver.
you'll probably get caught eventually anyway.
And most
Yeah,
likely
that's the thing.
the priest won't mind if you turn him in, especially when he knows the reward is that big and that all of you guys are suffering. So yeah.
Okay.
Yes, he will. They did actual like atrocities to those people. They were horrible. They did horrible
Exactly.
things.
So
The priest
300
is not
silver
gonna
to
go
not
willingly
to
his death.
I think he's a very devoted priest and that he'll do anything for the rest of the people.
Devoted to what? Money?
Christianity.
How is it Christian to turn him in?
I don't think I'd turn him in. Like I let someone else do it.
Let someone else turn him in?
Yeah.
So I guess who here would turn him in? Raise your hand.
I'm raising my hand.
Yeah, I'm raising my hand.
All right. So Felix and Loro. Okay.
No, I'll turn him in as well.
Holly,
I probably wouldn't.
Cameron,
All right.
50-50 on
50-50. Okay.
like if he's kind of a jerk, then I would turn him in. But if he's like a nice
he's
fella.
like he's pleasant. He's not like great. He's not too bad though.
It all depends on the priest's personality. Okay, please talk about your second one.
So, do you know cancel culture?
Yeah.
All right. So imagine we found the cure for cancer in children, but the doctor is a massive pedophile.
Oh.
Is that knowledge Like-
What?
Yeah.
can't be rewarded, can he? Like he did he did fix cancer in children.
If it's all like, preferably it would be prevented, right? But if he's like if he already found the cure for cancer, like no matter like what methods he used, if he already did it, then we might as well take advantage of it. But it's preferable that it didn't happen in the first place.
But it did happen.
Yeah. So if it already happened, like there's nothing we can do about it. Might as well use it. Because
So,
then it would be a waste.
but what do you do with him?
I don't know. Just, like,
Congratulate
do you
him and
leave him
then
alone?
turn
Just
him into
congratulate him and put him in jail right
Yeah.
after.
Good job,
Say,
dude.
"Alright, good
Okay,
job."
gonna lock you up now.
Good job, you're
Alright.
cool.
Great job. Now,
See
if
you
you
in
look
jail.
behind you, that's an open jail cell. Please step right in.
Yeah.
So you'd arrest him for creating the cure for cancer? Okay.
No, but he would be
No.
congratulated first.
Yes, you congratulate
arrest.
him.
Congratulate him how? Like, you say, good
Clapping?
job. What about in the future? Like, how will he be thought of? Like when you think about, oh yeah, this guy cured cancer.
And he's a pedophile.
Can we take his research and put our name to it?
Isn't that
What?
stealing?
I mean,
So
you-
now
Yeah,
what
that's
else?
stealing.
You could
You could get arrested
technically.
as well.
Well, no, that's probably like a valid thing. I think I've probably been done before.
Like, people
Just
think
don't mention it.
cured cancer.
Like if you're
Just don't
teaching
mention
kids,
it,
right,
His other side.
about the guy who cured cancer, would you also mention he's a massive pedophile? Or would you let them think that he's a hero until they get older?
Or just like,
It's like
just mention it
Columbus.
once. Just like, yeah, he's a pedophile. Anyway, so the way he did it.
It's like a long paragraph. Like this guy, he won the Nobel Prize for Science in 2025 for finding a cure to leukemia and certain types of sickle cell cancer. His research has advanced the world of science in an impressive degree. However,
However,
He was also-
but
also a pedophile,
anyway,
and I know.
this
So,
guy
the way he did it was, yeah. So just
Yeah,
it would just be mentioned.
I think you
behind,
can separate the research from the person as long as you don't congratulate or like give cash prizes to the person. Because I think you
So,
get arrested.
Wait. What
like
about
art-
here?
Even if you're like a great musical artist, you still get arrested for doing creepy stuff.
This is stupid, but what if they cancel each other out?
What if they what?
No,
Like nothing happens to him, but he can't be a doctor anymore.
No, he should. The guy found a cure for cancer. He should be a doctor,
But
but they've
he
got to
also-
give some sort of penalty for
you
it.
should also be in jail.
You can't just
Oh wait.
strip someone's doctorate away from them, though.
You don't have to separate his doctorate. You don't have to strip his doctorate. You just put him in jail. Like he could still be a doctor.
Yeah.
He's just going to
I
be
think
not
the first solution
practicing
was the best.
anymore.
Just congratulate him, like, yeah, good job, man. Okay, go to jail. Bye.
All right. So should I go with mine?
All right, yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Gattaca?
I think we saw
Yeah.
it in school, right?
Yeah, we did. So that should be like a no, like always a yes. What if science progresses far enough along in the next 10 years that we are able to edit genes like genetics and DNA of children still in the womb? So theoretically, you could just pick traits that you enjoy and give them to your child. What if you were faced with that? What would you do?
Give them genetically favored traits.
Yeah, I did that.
Maybe I think I would.
Really?
I wouldn't like enhance anything, but I would like. I would.
I would just
prevent
make sure
anything
that
bad.
they won't get anything bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if they're already like perfectly healthy, then it probably
Yeah.
wouldn't change anything.
I
But
wouldn't
if
give him cat ears.
if they know if they have
Yeah.
some like deformation, some rare deformation or disease, then like just
Yeah.
fix that up and like okay.
All right. But how slippery of a slope do you think it is into creating the perfect
The
human?
perfect human.
I think the government should
Will
set
people be able to stop
limitations.
at just?
Like what limitations?
Do you trust the government not to like abuse the
Oh, they're
gene
gonna make
editing
super
power?
They're
super
gonna
soldiers.
create
the government-
super
Oh,
armies.
that's true.
all
That's
over.
true.
What about people like the tiger moms that can make the perfect student?
Oh my
Dude,
god,
Yeah.
dude.
Like the training schools are can be like
I
just
mean,
filled with perfect
with
people.
this,
That wouldn't be fun at
with
all.
the advent of this technology, it like obviously people aren't going to follow the limitations of it. A scientist has already, I think we talked about this in science class, has already edited the genes of 2 Chinese children to be like the perfect humans. And he got like arrested for it or something.
Yeah,
Uh,
because
Wait,
it's not
I wasn't.
allowed.
but it's also eugenics too, to a certain extent. It's just like before birth eugenics, if that makes sense. You're not killing people to weed out undesirable traits, quote unquote. You're just removing those traits before they get them.
Yeah, I think it should just be used. It should instead of being used to enhance humans, it should be just used to fix issues.
Yeah, but what would you say?
Yes,
what if you say
that's
like
the
having small muscles is a big issue, so we're gonna give them all big muscles. And being stupid is also an issue, so we're gonna make them all really smart.
That's not it.
I feel like with something like this, once you start, you won't be able to stop. So it's really easy to say,
yeah,
I'll
that
fix the
that
problem.
was-
But once you're in there, you're going to want to fix more than just the problems.
Eventually, it's like Syndrome from The Incredibles, when everybody's super powered, no one will be, because everybody's going to be 180 IQ perfect Harvard students, because people aren't going to be able to stop themselves. All right, do we want to move on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on from gene editing. Should we give robots the right to kill?
No, so
AI
comforting.
programs could feasibly be written to create robot soldiers that would,
I mean, have you seen
be
iRobot?
the perfect soldiers.
Yeah, have you seen iRobot? Do you know Will
No.
Smith? Will Smith? I can't talk.
Smith?
Have you seen Will Smith?
Will Smith.
Jadine Smith.
And his daughter.
Jadine Smith. Yeah, I know Jadine
So-
Smith.
I don't think it'd be a good idea because, like, we've seen iRobot, you've seen RoboCop.
You know Will Smith.
Yeah, you've seen Will Smith.
Yeah, you know
Okay.
how it go
Maybe they could like
with Will Smith.
incapacitate people, but that'd be really hard to do. And then
I don't think they should. I think law enforcement should still be humans.
but how do you deal with all like the brutality stuff and the corruption?
That can still happen with robots in a way, like if they get hacked and stuff.
Yeah, but I think it's harder to hack a robot than it is to bribe a guy with a donut.
You can't bribe a guy with a donut, Ace.
It's pretty hard to bribe an actual guy with a donut.
Okay, well you can bribe them with like $10,000. They'll forget about your graffiti charge.
Okay.
And the
Yeah, a
donut.
graffiti charge.
But a robot, robots doesn't care.
Yeah, and a robot can also be highly dangerous
So can people with
if
guns.
you lose control of it, since it's
people-
not living.
Yo, so can people with guns though.
Okay, but
Yeah,
what's
that
more
is true.
dangerous, Ace? A robot with guns or a human with guns? Because the robot is aimbot, okay? It has aimbot, all right? That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, but the problem isn't it's aim. The problem is if what makes it shoot.
It gets short circuit, right? Or some
but yeah,
bug.
humans can get aneurysms.
Okay, Ace, look. I still think a robot is more dangerous.
I still disagree. I mean, like iRobot, yeah, that was pretty. You shouldn't do that. But then don't give them like sentience like that.
Super strong shit.
No, don't give them
Just-
sentience like that. Like just make
But
it so
the thing with artificial intelligence is that, that's the whole point of the movie. It's like they accidentally made the AI too big brain, and so it became sentient, and that's
well,
what.
then just establish limits for the AI. And don't make it one
Yeah.
AI. Make it like different ones that can't communicate with each other.
The key argument in this article is that humans have morals, so they're the ones trusted with guns to make the right call and the right decision, and robots don't have that kind of situational right or wrong sensibility, if that makes sense. They have like a master program that they can use to differentiate between two variables, but they don't have the specificity of a human.
They might not get like understand context.
And that's a huge problem.
That
then.
was if you see a guy walking away from a if a robot sees a guy walking away from a convenience store with a Monster Energy drink that he forgot to pay for, or like the card got declined or something, and the guy's going to go back in and pay for it once he knows about it. He just doesn't know about it yet. What if the robot notices that and thinks, "All right, death sentence," and just kills him?
Well, I was thinking that
Because
Well, he won't.
There'd
It
be
won't be a
like-
death
Thing-
sentence, but the robot will probably think, oh, this guy commit crime. But even though the guy was gonna go back and pay for it, he still gets arrested by the robot
could
because of that. And
the robot could
you know.
offer warnings, and then the person could reply with verbal like communication saying, "Yeah, I'm going to go back," and the robot would watch them go back. If they don't go back, it's a crime. And also, there would be certain crimes that the robot can't kill people for. Like the robot won't be allowed.
But here's the other thing. Hacking.
hacker.
If you make the robot
Some-
offline,
somebody-
it can't be hacked.
how will you be
Awesome.
able to
See, the
monitor
problem is that
actions?
if you make the robot offline, Ace, it's hard to control it.
Yeah, who's there to monitor all the robots? They
There's a
just
guy
one
next to the robot.
If you take it
wandering
offline, there's
around
no
the
like Twitch
city.
live stream of what it's doing at any given
And
moment.
if
Alright.
a robot goes like rogue or something, we'll never know what happened because they're offline.
What if you know how
Because we
police?
don't know where it is.
Yeah, we don't know where they are.
No, the
We
GPS
just
is
use shots
online,
being
but the
fired.
robot isn't.
Okay, well, even if you know
If a robot
where
is smart
robot
enough,
is,
it will simply take off the GPS and then
Well,
just
don't make
run.
it smart.
But if
knowing
you don't
where-
make it smart, then you're going back to the problem of it can still not necessarily be able to tell the difference if it's killing someone who should be killed or someone who shouldn't
Okay.
be killed.
What if, like, for police?
You better extensively debug the program you're using too before you actually use it, because
You know-
if there are any like day one testing anomalies, it's not just a guy not enjoying the video game fully; it's somebody getting their head smashed in by a baton.
Yeah.
Do you know how cops work in partners, right? What if one of them was a robot, and then the partner?
What if
has,
the
like,
robot kills the
control?
partner? It's actually a good idea to have a partner, like a human partner. But what if the human
Our
partner is
partner,
like a corrupt person that wants the robot to
Then
do bad things?
What if you could just apply that to like the real world now? What if the cops are corrupt people who want to do bad things?
But the robot's more dangerous than a cop.
But what's the human cop going to do if the robot pulls a gun on someone?
You know what else is really cool about a robot? It has an off button. You know what doesn't have an off button? A human, unless you shoot it in the face. So theoretically, if it was online and somebody saw it doing something not so great, they could just turn it off.
So the
in
cop has
midst of
the
it taking that
so
action.
all the cops have the ability to turn off any robot.
Yeah, and if the robot somehow finds out about this ability, the cop can radio like the headquarters and they can turn it off.
so they're not offline.
So they're not offline then. So they can get hacked.
Well, just build a really good firewall.
Oh my god.
Okay, dude. Easier said than done.
So is that? Do we want to move on to Holly's
Sure.
situations?
So you don't know your neighbor, but you suspect them of child abuse. You're not sure if they have a child who's like just throwing tantrums all the time, or if something is actually wrong in their household. Do you report what you think is happening, or do you stay quiet?
I want to go talk to him.
Maybe yeah. First, go investigate yourself.
It
If
could
they-
be him and his friend just wrestling.
Okay, but what are the odds that it's not?
24/7?
The parent and the child are just really like wrestling fans,
Yeah, they recreate WWE scenes at home.
or they like boxing.
Yeah, that's why you go ask the neighbors yourself and see what they say.
But it's easy to lie. No one's monitoring whether they're lying or not.
You can
Well, you
still
can
probably
do a
first
lie
see,
detector.
and you can ask the child as well. Scope it out. If something's suspicious, then you can get a investigation going.
So yeah, investigate yourself first.
How would
like,
you go
go
about
up to the
investigating?
door. Just like
You
go up to the
you just
door
go
and be
over. You're like,
"Yo,
hey, what's up?
can I
I
see
heard your kid did
You like-
something. I don't know.
You walk up, you lean casually on the door frame, and you say, "So, child abuse, huh?"
Straightforward.
Yeah. Sir, are you abusing your son? Also, do you want to come to this barbecue I'm having in my backyard? But more importantly, are you abusing your son?
The barbecue's gonna be really good. You should come."
Yeah. I'm making ribs.
Okay. And then the next one is you've worked for years to be successful in your father's business. You felt you were obligated to take over as he worked his whole life to build the business left to you by your father. But the large businesses in town have cut into your profits, and for years you and your family have only just managed to scrape by. Your father's health is declining and he's in hospital. He has a substantial life insurance policy that expires at midnight. If he dies before midnight, you inherit enough money to pursue a career you have always dreamed of and be able to provide for your family. Do you pinch the oxygen line, making it impossible for your dad to die, or smother him with a pillow? Do you tell your dad the problem and let him suggest a solution and go by what he says? Or do nothing, as you can't imagine living with yourself if you terminate your dad's life?
Hey, Dad. So, like,
isn't
I
that
need
insurance
money,
fraud?
and your life insurance
This is
policy is
just like
expiring this midnight.
this is just problem with the insurance.
There's a
What?
problem with the insurance?
It should be up to the dad, right? Like tell your dad the problem, and then he can be like, all right, I'll let you kill me, or
But isn't that
don't kill
insurance
me.
fraud?
No one will know.
Dude, they investigate that stuff. They'd know.
They would investigate it 100%.
Yeah, someone dies like an
That's
hour
true.
before it was supposed to get expired.
Pinching
Yeah.
you just see fingerprints on the oxygen line.
What if the dad pinches it? What if the
I mean, yeah.
dad?
What if the dad
Well,
agrees? He's like,
and he'll
yeah.
pass out, let go, it'll come back and it'll start breathing again.
Yeah.
What if the dad just takes the mask off?
Like-
Like you go off somewhere else, and the dad just takes the mask off, and he kills himself.
But are there terms for like a life insurance thing that would stop him from getting money if he did that?
Probably.
What if
but
we
in
fake his death?
imaginary world, no.
Well, Cameron, unless you're some sort of like genius person.
No.
Fake your death
Here's
in
the
a
thing.
hospital
We give
with
him that
doctors around.
neurotoxin thing that slows down the heart rate so that's not
Yeah.
detectable by those like beep
Let's
beep
just-
beep
let's
machines.
just
And then when
get
he
some
flatlines, it
neurotoxin.
goes into the morgue. I hire one of my friends on the promise of paying him later with the money that we're going to get from this life insurance policy, and he transports the body to like a safe house or something. And we're like, oh no! And then we crash the car that is supposed to be carrying his body, and so then it falls off a cliff, and they're not able to find it. But he's dead. They know he's dead. The hospital pronounced him dead. So then
But before
I get the
hospital
money,
pronounced
give
it,
some to my dad.
They check their pulse manually. They don't only trust.
No, I know the neurotoxin slows down your pulse so that it's not detectable.
Okay, Cameron,
It's an
I have
actual
two questions.
thing, I think.
One is they're probably still gonna end up finding the body, and two, why do you know so much, huh?
Romeo and Juliet.
Shut up. Let's play.
All right.
Well, no, I'm gonna look this up because I think it's an actual thing. Like it's what TV shows use all the time. Tetrodotoxin.
We can get
It
that.
basically
Yeah,
puffer
we can get
fish,
that for
porcupine
research
fish,
purposes.
ocean sunfish, and triggerfish. It basically it slows down the heart rate really bad. But
Is
it
that what
can
Nick
be.
Fury used in Winter Soldier?
Yes. That's yes.
So you fake your death. Okay. Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Like straight up. Not sideways
Yeah.
at all. Just straight up.
But like ignoring the whole tetrodotoxin car off a bridge deal, what would the decision be?
Couldn't you just sell the company?
Who would buy a company that's losing money?
Well, dude, someone bought Ouya. So
For like
I think
$2.
there's a lot of examples where like failing companies were bought and then they were super successful.
yeah, it'd be you don't have the infrastructure to make it succeed.
Selling the company is, I mean, a little bit more sensible than the tetrodotoxin thing.
Or killing your dad.
Yeah. I think
But
it's
the thing
Yeah.
just a little bit
The
more
best
sensible,
thing
you
is
know.
just ask the dad.
What if
Like,
okay, but what if
what
he's like in a
would-
coma?
Okay, it would be a bit harder to
Well,
ask.
Alright.
We have not
He's
said-
not in a coma. How about that? All right.
Right, then yeah, just ask him.
How exactly do you broach that subject? Hey, so
You know the company that you left me, the one that I hate.
Does it say in the like moral issue that he hates the job? He hates the company?
No.
But he doesn't want to work there because yeah, the money would give him a career that you'd always dreamed of.
But that doesn't mean he hates the company.
He'd rather not work at the company.
Yeah, he just feels like he was obligated to take over.
And no one else in the family has a job.
to you to decide.
Well, they should go get jobs first. Like, if you're depending on like the dad and you just to make the company or like make all the money, it's not great.
What if they have jobs? They just have really low paying jobs that don't really help with anything.
The best case scenario is to just talk with the dad.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, happens.
The dad should
Maybe.
choose.
If you accidentally get smothered by a pillow, you accidentally get smothered by a pillow.
The dad gets to decide, I guess.
Yeah, you can kill me. It's a lot of money.
He doesn't have long to live anyway, right?
Well, you don't know that. It looks like he doesn't, but he might.
Asking him is the best solution. Done.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll move on to mine then. So, a
Let's
friend tells
go.
you that he has committed a crime and you promised him to never to tell. And then you discover that an innocent person has been accused of the same crime. You plead your friend to give himself up, however he refuses and reminds you of your promise. What do you do?
Well, is he a jerk?
Who? Your friend?
Both.
I don't know. He's your friend, so most likely not.
What
And
about
the other person is innocent. So,
are they a
so
jerk?
Let's say they're both not jerks.
they're not jerks because he's your friend.
Oh,
Why
Would
did we
you-
promise never to tell in the first place?
That's another question, but
Or
you already promised.
it depends on how severe the crime is.
what
If
was the
it's like
crime?
a murder, then you should probably
I don't think your friend's not a jerk then if he commits murder.
or he like accidentally he did manslaughter, I guess. And like no
Manslaughter.
one knows. Or but if he just like stole a granola bar from 7-Eleven, like
Yeah,
doesn't
then
matter.
that's fine.
Well, okay, well, but an innocent person is being accused of the crime. Even if it's this granola bar, right? And then they have this innocent person as hostage, thinking that he did the crime, but he actually didn't, and you know that he didn't.
And he's gonna have to pay a fine of
Yeah,
like what?
he has to pay a fine or even, I don't know, go to jail for a week.
Are they really could investigate if he stole a granola bar or not?
Dude,
It
it's not
doesn't
gonna be
matter
like
of the crime, okay? It's that what matters is that there's an innocent person that's being accused of it.
It's like, get,
well,
like,
you
FBI
made a
involved.
promise to your friend, so
All right, how about this? You clear the innocent person, and that's it.
oh yeah, you
How?
prove the innocent person is innocent.
Yeah.
Boom.
How? How do you just do that?
I don't know.
Well, if he's innocent, he should be able to prove it.
But I think it's past that. It's like it's already been decided that the innocent person is the suspect.
It's too late.
It's like the one
Yeah.
that did it.
Well, he's a suspect, yeah, but he's not like convicted yet.
Or no, not suspect. I mean like in this case, it's like it's already been decided. There's no going back. Is what I mean. I mean, I guess it is still possible. Like if you're like some people that are in jail, they get that are innocent, they can leave if it's found out later.
The only way for the innocent person to get out of jail is if you give up your friend.
That's the only way.
Yeah, this one's hard.
So would you break the
I'd give
promise?
up my friend.
Yeah, I give him up too.
Give him up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
probably.
their fault they committed
You
that
arrest
crime.
a friend, you make a friend with the innocent guy.
Yeah. Invite the innocent guy over for pizza.
But yet you and your friend is
So
you guys made a
if you
promise.
if you give up your friend, and then you'll lose that friend, but then you'll make it a new friend with the innocent guy.
But like promises
The
aren't legally
innocent guy will
binding.
become your friend.
Wait,
So
no,
boom,
hold on.
a
If
good
you
replacement.
befriend, and if you befriend somebody and lose a friend in the same day, the amount of your friends in the world
Yeah.
stays the same.
It remains the same. Like yeah, you lost one of your friends,
Yeah,
but then you gained another one because the innocent guy will be happy and he'll be like, "Yo, let's have ice cream," and then we'll be friends.
Yep, that's exactly how it goes. I think probably turn in your friend because if he does a crime and he like doesn't want to admit it, and he'd rather let an innocent person uh get turned in, then he's probably a bit of a jerk.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, the second
And the
question.
fact that he's willing to commit a crime is bad already.
Yeah.
What if he just accidentally committed a crime? He didn't mean to do it.
Then he should take responsibility for it.
Alright, second question. You're an employee at a fast food restaurant in charge of the grill. It's a very busy day and there's lots of orders. In the process of cooking, you drop a hamburger patty on the floor. Your manager is passing by and says, "Oh, just pick it up and serve it." What would you do?
Well, has it been 5 seconds?
Eat it.
I would eat it. Make
Your manager says to pick it up and serve it, not eat it.
I will
Don't
feed
serve
it
it,
to
just
the
tell him.
manager.
Just tell him, nah, I'll
Well,
just make a
it
new
depends
one.
on how clean the kitchen is. Some kitchens are very clean, some are dirty.
Any food that drops on the floor
It's dirty.
is dirty.
Okay, the janitor just wiped it, like
That
literally
doesn't
1
matter.
second before you dropped it. Just wipe the floor there.
I'm pretty sure there's no fast food restaurant that has that clean of a floor.
No, but it's
Yeah,
just like
especially on a busy day, there's a
coincidence,
bunch of
like,
grease and stuff on the floor.
just
Yeah.
a janitor happens to wipe the floor exactly where you dropped the patty. 1
Well,
second
sadly,
before
in
you
this
dropped it.
case, there's no janitor around.
Okay, well that wasn't mentioned.
Yeah, a janitor was not mentioned.
Yeah, well, a janitor not being there was not mentioned either.
Am I supposed to list out all the possibilities that could be there? Alright. There are
That's
no
my
elephants.
responsibility.
There are no tigers. We're not in Africa. What else do you need?
Oh, so we're on the moon. Okay.
No,
So-
we're not
so-
on the moon.
So we're on Mars. So that
Jupiter.
means that you probably shouldn't, because on Mars, like, yeah, it's like dirty.
Well, if it was on
So-
the moon, it would fall. The gravity would be weaker, so you could catch it.
In the question, it says that it's already on the floor.
Okay.
I mean, if it's 5 seconds.
5 second
That's
rule.
not how. That's not how it works.
That's the standard for every restaurant. The 5 second rule.
Five seconds.
You're risking losing like all your food licenses though.
No. The manager's
Yeah.
risking the food license. You're just following his orders.
Yeah.
Why does the manager want to do that though?
It's one
Because-
hamburger patty. He's not losing
Profit.
that much money.
It's like 5 cents.
Well, what if you
It's
get
one
fired if you don't do it?
slab
I
of
think
schmeat.
I would like try to argue with the manager, and then if the manager still persists, it's like, yo, I'm getting paid minimum wage. Okay, whatever.
I
If
probably
they're gonna fire me for making it so that other people stay healthy, they can fire me.
we tell
And then
the-
once you get fired, you could just sue the company.
tell HR. Or
Can
hey,
do
you probably
managers
eat
have
yourself.
the power to fire?
Yeah,
Oh,
the boss.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Laurels.
okay, I'm next. So my first one is, late one night you are driving home in a bad rainstorm, and a drunk reels out in front of your car and you try to stop him, but you hit him. And you try to stop, but you hit the drunk guy. Nobody sees you, and the guy looks and smells as if he's homeless. You check to see how badly he's hurt, and you realize he's dead. And you've never even had a speeding ticket, and you're upright, professional, with a family, and you're well known and respected in your community. Do you make a report anonymously, confess your crime, or drive on home and forget about it, knowing that no one is going to pursue the death of some homeless drunk?
He was drunk, right? So it's kind of his fault.
Shouldn't be drunk driving.
You shouldn't be drunk
Shouldn't
walking.
be drunk walking on a
No
road.
one's drunk driving. It's just
Oh.
like some homeless. It's just like some homeless guy.
Do not get drunk while drunk.
Do you have a dash cam?
So yeah, what would you do? Would you?
I would
Go.
probably confess. Because first of all, you're really well known and respected, right? So even if you confess the crime,
You're gonna
and you
get
tell the truth,
canceled. You're gonna get canceled.
Cancelled
But
for what?
you would still
For
face,
killing someone.
like charges
Accidentally.
and stuff, right?
Well, do you have a dash cam recording it?
Well, if you're admitting it, then probably don't need a dash cam. I think like if you admit it, then you'd probably still face like legal charges and stuff.
Would
But
this be considered manslaughter?
probably. I mean, yeah, the circumstances are like it's a bad rainstorm, you can't see well, and then there's some crazy drunk homeless guy like going on the road.
I don't think it's really your fault.
Yeah. Then in
But I
that
think-
case,
But I think you still face charges for that kind of thing, right?
I don't
Not sure.
think so.
I think
He
you
finds
can make
out about
a argument against it. So
Yeah, like you couldn't see anything, and plus he was drunk.
But
Well, then,
you still get arrested and put in jail if you kill someone without meaning to.
Yeah.
how
Well, then
severe are the charges?
How about the other options, like making an anonymous report, or just like driving home and doing nothing about it, because no one's gonna really
Well,
care.
if you were to drive home and forget about it, people are going to find out that there's a homeless guy dead on the street, and they're gonna start an investigation on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then
and most
you
likely,
would be like you wouldn't be very likely to be suspected because you have a good track record, right?
yeah. But
you've
do
never
you
even had a
really
speeding
want to
ticket.
live with that burden
Your car has
of
no
knowing
bumps
you
on
killed someone?
Then
If
how
you
about
hit
an
someone and
anonymous
you're
report?
going at a fast enough speed, your car's going to have a dent in it.
The car is super strong.
No blood trace on your car whatsoever.
With the anonymous report, because then it would be like a bit less.
I don't know
I'd
how
probably
an
do
anonymous
the
report
suspicious.
works.
report. You send a polite email.
Say, hey, there's a
Dear-
guy.
Dear
Police
sir
guy.
or ma'am.
someone died. Can you please investigate? It wasn't me. Thank you.
It
You're
was
going
not
to be
me.
one of the
Don't
suspects
investigate me.
when you're the only person emailing about it.
But he said it's not him, so that just removes all suspicion
That's
automatically.
true.
Yeah, if you say you just didn't do it, then boom, zero suspicion.
Yeah, exactly.
If only it was that easy.
I guess if you did like just admit to it, then there's a good chance you probably won't face anything
Exactly.
because of the circumstances, and also because of your track record.
And more often than not, the plea deal is better than if you plead not guilty and then are found guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Next one. You and your son are prisoners in a concentration camp, and your son tried to escape, but he was recaptured and sentenced to hang at the gallows. To send a message to all others who may try to escape, the guard orders you to pull the chair out from under your son. If you refuse, the guard will kill your son and another innocent person in the camp. What do you do?
Kill your son.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I don't think
There's not really a way
the
out.
person can stand the burden
Yeah.
of knowing that someone else died because they couldn't.
Both options, your son is going to end up dead.
Yeah.
But like you doing it?
But are you really doing it, or are you being forced to do it?
You're being forced to do it. You have no
Exactly.
choice.
But it's probably still like super traumatizing.
It will
Well, of
be.
course
but
it
it's-
is.
You're in a
It's not your
concentration camp.
intention. It's not your intention to pull the chair. Like, it's not your idea at all.
But you're doing it.
Yeah, but you're in a
Yeah,
concentration camp.
but you're not the one that wanted to do it. You're doing it against your will, and so
So you would do it still.
yeah.
What if you refuse, the guard will kill you and your son.
Then you do
Oh,
it.
of course I'll
Wait,
do it. Wait, that's even worse.
But then you won't have to do the act of killing your son.
Okay, but then you
You'll be
die,
dead.
and I don't think the person's son would like that either.
Well, he would be dead, so it doesn't matter.
Either
Before
way.
he dies, he'll know that he caused the death of his father, and I don't think he would want that.
When you're in a situation like a concentration camp, you don't think as well as you would. So honestly, you probably pull the chair.
Okay. That's awesome.
No,
That's not awesome.
it's not awesome.
Felix, do you want to just move to your global issue?
All right, we can just move to the global issue, I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so as some of you may know, Yemen has a water crisis. Right now, 50% of the population can't find or buy enough clean water to drink or grow food. 14.7 million Yemenis people depend on humanitarian aid to keep healthy and alive. They also don't store rainwater and are currently drilling for groundwater for their water supply, but it's dwindling and they don't know how much they have left. And
Yeah.
of course, with low water supply, sanitation and that kind of stuff is also a big issue.
All right. And
Yep, that's the problem.
All right. Well, how are they trying to fix it?
Well, they can get rainwater harvesting, for example. They can increase education or awareness in the area. They can recycle wastewater, but that costs a lot of monies. They can improve irrigation and agriculture water use, but that also costs monies. And of course, they can, like for example, in Israel, I think it's Israel, right? They do the desalination plants for water. They could do that here as well, since they're right next to the Arabian Sea.
And why don't they?
Money,
And corruption.
that's probably a factor as well. So, does anyone have any ideas or suggestions on how to solve the money?
wait, I have a question. What are they
Yeah.
doing right now there that to solve it? Or all the things that you listed they're doing?
Right now, it's just like mostly humanitarian aid and stuff like that, like outside help.
From the UN? Or is
I
it from
think
the government?
we saw that like a small amount of of rich people have a lot of the water.
Yeah,
So figuring out how to
yeah.
deal with that.
The EU contributed almost 1 billion for the Yemen water crisis thing.
And where did it go?
It's just for emergency aid, clean water, education, medical care, and now there's also the COVID situation.
So I'm guessing there are solutions and the only problem is money, right?
Yeah, money's basically the biggest problem.
With who?
I
Yeah, with who?
I don't know. One of the articles mentioned that they're going to war and it's taking up a lot of the water.
Oh, there's civil war, dude. It's civil war. There's civil war in Yemen.
They shouldn't
What's
go
the
to
difference
civil war.
between war and civil war?
Civil
war
war
is
is within
inside.
the country,
Oh,
so they're fighting against themselves.
they can just stop.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, don't fight civil war.
Like some random guy walks up onto like a stage in the middle of the war. They're like, "Okay, guys, why don't we not do that?" And everyone just stops, and that's how you solve the problem.
Airdrop to Sunny.
They wouldn't take it.
Pretty easy. Why not?
It's Dasani.
Just drop water.
Just just spray
Drop
water,
water.
spray water in their area. That'll do it.
We lose a lot of water by that. Is there any solutions that you propose, Felix?
I say, well, they're probably already doing this, but it's just a lot of charity stuff. That's basically it. We can like normal people can't really do much to help them except for donate to charity.
So they have to rely on other countries, other people to help.
Yeah, they have to right now.
That puts them in a very vulnerable spot then.
Yeah, because if they get cut off, they're screwed. I mean, they're already screwed, but then they're gonna be more screwed, and that's
But
not good.
is it all of Yemen who's having this water crisis, or is it only like the poor?
The rich don't have this problem because they're rich,
Right.
and they
So
have.
then technically, I don't know how big the issue is, but the government could actually do something, right? Have the poor give, I mean, have the rich give the poor the water, and that way they don't have to depend on that much organizations and countries.
But they can't just force it. There's no way the government can just tell the rich to do that, and they'll do it.
Well,
Like,
there's no reason as to why the rich needs that much water.
well, see, yeah, there is no reason, but they can't just tell the rich people to do it.
Uh,
Isn't that what laws are
I don't
for?
know. Use propaganda and tell people that they're one nation.
Boom.
That usually works. Again, I'm not too sure of the exact situation, so my idea could probably be a horrible idea, but yeah. Didn't didn't you guys have a whole research on this?
No, we just read some articles.
Yeah, we just read some
It's
articles.
better than nothing, right? So based off of the articles, do you guys have any other suggestions?
The articles mostly just talked about like the current problem they have, not solutions or anything like that. And the problem they have is what we just went over.
So none of you guys have other solutions.
No, can't really think of anything that's like possible right now.
Desalination?
Money,
I
like
forgot about that.
yeah,
Sorry.
and they have to build like all the infrastructure for it as well. They need like the piping and all that, so that's a whole lot of money. And since they're in a civil war right now, they can't really supply the funds to do that. And we can't really just stop the war either.
Okay, now what?
This has been the Great Situations podcast. Thank you for listening to our intellectual conversations and This has been the Great Situations podcast. Thank you for listening to our totally intellectual conversations. Don't forget to tune in next month for more insightful chatter.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.